What's up, YouTube? This is Alan. I'm back with another weekly LCS pickup. Yeah, last week I didn't, I did record a video, but for some damn reason when I went to try to make it, it would not find or recognize the video clips. And I tried to do the thing where you upload them into your Google Drive and then try to find them like that, but it took like, God almighty, it was taking like an hour for one little 3-minute clip. I do everything on my phone. I don't know, long story short, I was like, the hell with it. I'm just gonna not have to get a video up because it's gonna be too much of a headache. I did grab this last week, Thor, that new Thor from Jason Aaron. It was actually pretty good. Could have been a little. I hate the fact that like they're using his name as a title. His name is Thor. You know what I mean? Like, he is Thor. I don't like how Jane Foster is Thor. Like, bullshit. She's call her something else. He's Thor. Whatever. So this is gonna be my pickup for June 20th. I guess I'll start off with some indies. Curse Words number 15, Charles Soule. I was kind of pissed. For some reason my shop didn't get any of the Virgin covers, which was just this cover, but virginized, Virgin style. But that's the one I wanted. Nope. And grabbed The Beef Part 5. That Shaky Kane art in it. Not sure if there's one more or if this was the last one or what. I think I remember hearing both on two different videos. And this series is from Image as well. It's Crude number 3 from Steve Orlando and Gary Brown, Lee Lowridge. And I've really liked this book so far. It's pretty damn cool. It's set in like Russia. This dude is a badass son of a bitch, and he's kind of like avenging the death of his son. Check that out if you're looking for just a new story to pick up. And from Jeff Lemire, Gideon Falls, Andrea Sorrentino on the art. I've been really liking this one. It's kind of a darker story, kind of horror vibe. Dude's trying to it all centers around this like black barn, kind of barely starting to get the pieces together to the barn, so there's not really a whole much I can go into about it yet. And a number 1 came out from Aftershock this week, Lost City Explorers. Zach Kaplan. You see in a lot of my videos I'll do a hashtag move the needle haul for that week, and I've kind of explained on different videos, move the needle. No matter what you may see people say it is, like, my God, there's all kinds of videos today people are making about how people just they just put outright lies about shit, you know what I mean? Like, God almighty, some hating fools, but trying to say that it's people promoting books that have no diversity and no minorities, no gay. It's like, you're so full of shit. Like, you know what I mean? I show you books from all kinds of different damn stories, you know what I mean? From damn Power Rangers to the books from the Big Two to, shit like that or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, kiss my ass. It's to let companies know, what you like and what you want, they have figures from, orders to shops. They don't know what people go into the shops and buy. This way they could just look at a hashtag online, see, hey, we're seeing a lot of this book on there or whatever. People are, promoting it, want more stories like this, more, whether they be, no matter what it is, more action-based, more cape stories, more independence. But, so Zach Kaplan, heard a bunch of the bullshit from a bunch of far left ideologues and said, I don't want my work to be associated with that hashtag and whatever. And a lot of people just, told them their side of it and left it at that. And he, the next day he issued an apology. He said, I read through a lot of responses, and it seems I was wrong about it. And so after that, people were like, that's all we've been asking for, some professionalism and some good stories again. Put some pride in your work, give us our money's worth instead of preaching at us your personal politics. We don't care. Just give us good stories. And they're like, yeah, what comics have you read that didn't have politics? Well, back in the day, writers had enough skill to where they, would have political themes or whatnot. They didn't beat you over the head with it. They knew how to tell a story through a visual medium instead of just writing flat out, you are wrong for protecting your borders, blah, blah, blah. Like, you fucking idiots have no skills. Like, and they're trying to make it all out that we're harassers. Oh, they're so full of shit. So, he apologized, whatever. So I told him, that was professional of him, and that I would support his work from then on or whatever. So he had a #1 come out yesterday, and I picked it up, and I can't wait to read it. Also grabbed from Boom Comics, Shattered Grid, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 28. Still going with the Shattered Grid storyline. I've got to start getting caught up on these. I'm still far back, but I've heard something this week about those that scared me. From Matt Kint, Dave Rubin, Ether #2. I didn't get a chance to read #1 yet, so when I saw #2, I was like, shit, I gotta go ahead and pick it up. Which I probably would give it, a chance. Give it at least a few issues from Matt Kint anyway. And from IDW, IDW is so gone, y'all. If you haven't looked into them at all, they have people that work for them just flat out like calling for violence against people that just don't have their politics and shit, and it's ridiculous. But they're so far in the red that they're just bleeding money. They're going out of business. Like, that's the way it looks. Like, that Umbrella guy, I'll put a link in the description. He has an awesome channel, and he talks a lot about, like, he pulls up what they send out to stockholders and stuff, and you can see the numbers flat out for what different quarters, and just see how much money they're losing. But I really want this series. They're putting out the whole series, and there was the story with it was they never did put out the final issue, and then finally at the end of this they're going to put out the last issue or whatever. But this was like when the Turtles, after the cartoon was over, back after they had lost popularity for a while, and they had put this run out. Now, from what I hear, it didn't, really sell gangbusters. So I didn't have it. I don't have a lot of the old Turtle stuff, so I wanted to start picking it up. And at this rate, anyway, it doesn't really matter if you support those assholes that talk all that shit. I mean, he was talking about like sending people to the guillotine and shit. And, like, my God, this one dude. But it's gonna be I Don't Work here pretty soon. But so yeah, even if you do, buy a book here and there, you're not gonna save them anyway. So fuck them. And from Dark Horse, Anthony Bourdain had put out this line of comics, Hungry Ghost, and if you saw some of my earlier videos, I picked up the first couple, and I hadn't grabbed them all just because I've been, there's other books I'd rather have. And that's the same bad, but I don't really, I don't care. But after he yanked himself a week or two ago or whatever, I grabbed these off the shelf because they still had them. And so it'll complete my set of them, which is, what I really wanted. But you never know how shit'll go. After he kills himself, people will probably, have a demand for him or some bullshit. I don't care. I just want to complete the set. But, if they do go through the roof, I don't think I won't make a buck. Skyward. #3. I don't know if I like this book yet or not. I'm still gonna give it a shot. It's like gravity just ceased to be. So now they could, people can just fly up forever and die or whatever. And there's like 2 different societies. One that lives up, like on the tops of buildings and stuff, and like, have different means of getting around and stuff. And these like ultra rich people that live down on the street level, and they don't seem to have to worry with gravity and stuff, and they have like technology and that the upper ones don't have. So, you know, there's all kinds of metaphors and shit in that. But just some of the dialogue's got on my nerves. But I'm gonna still give it a shot. There's a guy in it. Her dad was apparently working with a guy, and her dad knew how to, or knew it was gonna happen and was trying to warn it and could have stopped it or whatever. But apparently that guy wanted it to happen so he can cash in on it. Is what I'm getting from it. And he thought that her dad was dead in the last one, and he found out. He met her and found out that her dad's still alive. So as she was walking off, he's whispering to like one of his top henchmen guys, like, I'm gonna find him, you know, and kill him. So maybe it's getting good. Hopefully. And oh shit, I meant to grab this earlier. Last week I showed well hell yeah, I talk about it like you watched last week's video when it didn't, you know, I filmed it but I didn't get the damn, you know, put it on YouTube. Well, I'd grabbed, or I'd asked for this comic at my shop. Like, it came out maybe a week or two ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I asked for the C cover, which was like a sketch cover. And last week he walked up and handed me that, and I was like, oh, cool. I was like, well, I guess they didn't have that cover after all, you know, because he said, like, when I asked for it, he said, yeah, they got it, because he went to the computer. But I don't remember what this story is about, but the art's pretty damn good. And it seemed like a good story, and it's pretty damn thick. Like, that's a good comic. You know, it's got a good cover on it. Some Titan Comics. Marvel. If these little shit companies can do that, Marvel, come on now. Come on. Using this bullshit paper as the inside of your books, and like ink bleeds all over your fingers and it just ruins your books from the get-go. It's pathetic. You're the #1 company, supposedly, so damn act like it. Put a damn cover on your comic. But anyway, so this week, he walks up and hands me this one, which is the sketch cover. And I was like, damn, cool. Alright, sweet, I'll take it, you know. And this one retailed at $5.99, so it's a $6 book. And somehow I ended up, I guess they had ordered another one, or maybe when they ordered me this, they just ordered 2 of those. Well, somehow I didn't realize it, but I ended up with 2 of those in my stack. So I ended up buying 2 of these, and then this one, they wanted $10 for. And I'm like, why? I ordered it the day it was supposed to be on the, you know, the shelf. And I need to really go back and look, but I'm pretty damn sure it was a retail, just a, you know, cover price variant. Now, if it's went up, you know, on like eBay or something since then, that's not my fault. I ordered the shit, you know, once I found out it wasn't going to be there. But, you know, it's just like, man, as much money as I spend in there, why are you going to jack it up $4? Like, you really got to make that $4 on me? Like, just for asking me to special order of books. Like, why? Why? I don't get it. But, from Marvel, I guess, grabbed Avengers #3. Jason Aaron. A lot of people are reading this at the moment, so I don't really have to really get into it. The art's pretty good on it, and the story's been good so far. The only thing I don't really care for is I wish She-Hulk was a little more feminine, but whatever. Amazing Spider-Man 801, the last book with Dan Slott. He's moved over to ruin Iron Man. Right, Iron Man. And I grabbed one of the A covers and the B covers because the one cover I wanted they didn't have. I wanted the Young Guns covers. For some reason, I really like all the Young Guns covers, it seems. This is a connecting cover, so hopefully I can get the other one to connect with it. But I've been picking up Cable. This is 158. Daniel Warren Johnson did the cover. I like his art anyway, so that I really like that he's doing some of these Cable covers because Cable's the shit. I recommend it. There's not a lot from Marvel I can recommend. This was a Venom, the #1. It's just the #1, but it's the second printing. But that cover was badass. And this is one of the rare books that they did put a decent cover on. I mean, it's not the greatest. It's still not as good as like some of these shit-ass, or you know, nobody houses compared to Marvel. And but it is better than what they have been putting on a lot of their books. Just like, you know, it's just regular paper. And it bleeds ink all over your fingers and ruins your books. It pisses me off. And the one I did look up and get was the Infinity Countdown Black Widow. This is from Mike Del Mundo, who was doing the art on that new Thor. But I wouldn't have probably got this if I didn't see that. They had a stack and I could see it had different covers in it. They didn't get their books. The truck was in a wreck, so when I first got there, right when they were opening, he's like, "We just got our books in. Give us. It's gonna be like an hour, before we get them all out." So I looked at old back issues and shit, and he like grabbed it when he went to bring it up and looked at it. Like, damn it, I think it slid by him. Like they wanted to mark those up. Ha ha ha, bitch. And the last one from Marvel, I got the Spider-Man, the Spectacular Spider-Man Annual #1. This was the B cover, I believe. Zdarsky's been writing a pretty good Spider-Man story, so I had to pick up the annual to that. And here's Tony Hawk. I mean, it's Tony Hawk. That would actually be better. I guarantee you, I could write a Tony Hawk Iron Man book that would be better than Dan Slott's Tony Stark Iron Man book. Here's Tony Stark Iron Man from Dan Slott and Valerio Shitty. I didn't buy that book. I heard from reliable friends the night before. Was like, she works for a comic store, and she's like, I got a comp issue, and after I read it, I wanted my money back. It sucks so bad. But I did read it online, and yeah, I agreed with her. It was not all that hot, and for 28 damn covers, screw that shit. Like some of them were nice, like the hats are awesome. 1 in 50, and there was a 1 in 25 that looked pretty badass. But that's just wrapping a damn turd in a pretty bow. For real, like Fing Fang Foom's cool. Well, spoiler, I guess, shows up at the beginning, but I don't like Slott's writing anymore. I don't know what he's doing. DC, Curse of the Brimstone #3. This was an old book, and I finally got it out of my pull. I just don't like Justin Jordan, and he's been, the writer. I heard after, the next one, maybe, he's off of the book, so hopefully for good. That'll be awesome. Or maybe that was Sideways. Shit, I don't remember. One or the other, I'll take it. I just saw him at a con this past weekend I went to. And, good Lord, that kid. He's a pretty thing. The Brave and the Bold #5. This is #5 of the 6-issue series. This has been pretty badass, from what I'm told. I've just been reading so much other shit, and I guess it'll probably be until after the 6th one's out before I get a chance to read it. Batman 49, and which one do you think I got? Artgerm. And since so many people were there by the time they opened because of that truck bullshit, they were like, those DC variants, you're gonna get 1 a piece. I'm like, God damn it, man, that's bullshit. I'm up here, boom, when y'all open to grab. I wanted 2 of these. You bastards. You know what I mean? Damage #6, Swamp Thing. So he's been, having problems with Poison Ivy, so I'm guessing that now Swamp Thing's gonna come up and be like, "What's up, yo? Let's get this bitch." Hoping. That's what I hope anyway. Excuse me, I was parched. But no, he'll probably end up having to get his ass whooped by Swamp Thing. New Challengers #2. Grab that. Like I said, I've been grabbing all these new DC New Age heroes. They've all been pretty good. Except for the Justin Jordan one. Justice League #2. Scott Snyder and Jim Lee. That was the Jim Lee variant. You know me, I'm gonna grab it. Heard that a pencil or an inks cover. That would have been the shit. My shop didn't have it. Aquaman 37. That was the B cover. I'm blanking on the old dude's name. Middleton. Yeah. This has been pretty good. I think those were the 2 main books they were talking about. Only 1 per customer. Man of Steel #4. This is #4 out of the 6-issue series, and it's pretty cool. This dude came up to me in the shop, and he's like, "So what's the deal with this Man of Steel?" I guess he saw me grab it. I told him, Brian Michael Bendis come over from Marvel, and this is his debut from DC. He's writing Superman. So he's writing a 6-issue miniseries, and then it's gonna morph, I guess, from that into whatever. And I said, really though, it's been pretty good. And I said, surprisingly enough, I said, because I don't think I can remember anything by Bendis that I've liked. No, I haven't read it all, so that's whatever. But I said, that's come from me, and I was like, that's pretty good recommendation. So he picked it up. I'm interested to see if he ended up liking it or not. Batman #1, Prelude to the Wedding, Red Hood versus Anarchy, and I heard this is basically Red Hood versus the incels from Trajan. Check out Trajan channel on YouTube. He does comic reviews, and he just said that Tim Seeley just preaching his point in this one, to the point where it brings you out of the book, which is what we all want. They like to throw that shit in our kids. When you bitch about like the Thundercats deal, it's for kids. Well, this is what kids want to read, a bunch of politics. It's what kids love. Dipshits. Green Lanterns #49, B cover. That was a badass cover as well. I'm grabbing all these B covers, y'all know that if you've watched my videos. Especially last week, I had a buttload of those kind of covers. And grab something I don't usually grab, but this was the hardcover. DC Batman Dark Prince Charming, #2 of 2. Enrico Marini is this Italian dude, and he wrote and did the art for this, and he's a bad son of a bitch. And he is cool as hell on YouTube. Like, he's talked to me before, to the point where I was like, this dude's cool. I'm gonna support his shit from now on. And I did miss out on the first one. Like, I remember it coming out, but I didn't know anything about it until I saw like some people doing videos about it once it was out, and I was like, damn, I wish I'd have picked that up. But yeah, when I saw this on the shelf, I was like, yeah, I'm grabbing that shit. Harley with some butt cheek. But I like his art, and like I said, he's really cool with the fans. So this is gonna be badass. The back says, happy endings only occur in fairy tales, and this ain't one of those. The Joker. At the very ass end, he's got a picture. That's badass. And I went to Heroes Con this past weekend, and I just didn't feel it. Like, I got online. I was gonna get up Saturday morning and go, and I got up online, and I just saw like people, like comics creators, just being dicks again, and I just didn't go. And I didn't plan on really going Sunday, but I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go, because there are a handful of guys over there that I want to see, and there was some stuff I was wanting to really try to pick up, and that's where I kind of screwed myself. I should have went Saturday, but I got pissed off and didn't. But they kind of announced the last minute Chris Claremont was going to be there, and I kicked myself Saturday because he did a panel with Ed Piskor, who did that new X-Men shit. What is it called? With the badass style, like that kind of style. He does kind of a cartoon sketch style. They did a panel on X-Men together, and I hate I missed that. But what was really cool is I just said screw it. I was gonna buy like Wolverine #1 or a more expensive X-Men book and have him sign it, and I just couldn't make my mind up what I wanted to do. Spend all that money. Like, I left with a wad of money, and I don't normally do that, But I just bought like a book I liked, and I went over there and talked with him. And Barry Windsor Smith and him were the writers on this, and I love that art. That's so badass. This was issue 205. Claremont signed it, and it was right at the very end of the con. So he was like, putting his stuff up, and I got to stand there and talk to him for he just talked one-on-one with me for 10 minutes. Like, no one around us. This one cosplayer Latina girl did come up to give him a hug about halfway through, and she was fine as hell. And he whispered something to her about halfway through, and she was like, "What did he say? What did he say?" So he must have whispered a little something to her with his grinning, little shit-eating grin. I was like, "You go, dude. Hell yeah." And that's the shit. I was like, perks of the job, man. Not saying nothing, it wasn't perfect. I mean, it was cool. That's how, old school men and women interacted, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with, she was dressed, a little provocatively, so she was wanting to, show her stuff, and he he's like, "You're looking good today, let her know." And she was smiling, she had a good time. She laughed, and her boyfriend was pissed. You could kind of tell it irked him. She's like rubbing his back as they walked off. I was like, ha ha. I just kind of laughed, It's like, damn, dude, feel bad for you. But it was awesome to talk to him for 10 minutes. Like, he shared a lot of the same views about how current Marvel is, how, like, Tom Brevoort acts online, and how, he's basically, like, he's still a Marvel employee. They keep putting out trash, and they could get him to write at any time. But like he said, they would just say that maybe his last stuff didn't sell all too well, and he said, and it didn't, which is true. But, what is now? Nothing is from them, unless it's like a huge milestone issue, so... You know what I'm saying? So they can pull whatever. But he said, they can't afford me, pretty much. He said they can't pay my pay rate, so... And from Ed Piskor, I got Hip Hop Family Tree #1. And he signed it. I didn't realize he signed it to me. I wish he'd have just signed it just his name. I wish I'd have caught that, because I got a print from him, and he did, personalize that. And that's what I wanted personalized. And then I wanted the book just signed by him, so that, because one day I'm going to have to divvy this stuff up between my sons, and it's going to have my name on a bunch of shit, and it's like, I'd rather them just sign there. And I know they think that, people just run to sell everything, but that's not what I do. I'm not selling that shit, But I thought this was cool. He was out of all the X-Men shit by the time I found him. I looked for him all day, and for some reason my retarded ass, I didn't find him until like 30 minutes before they closed. I was like, God damn, dude. Finally found him, but he didn't have any X-Men books left. I was going to get one of the big yellow, like, deluxe editions, and I was going to try to get him to, like, draw me like a little head sketch in there or something, just something little, but found him so late I was screwed myself. But I got the print, and he personalized that. That's gonna look badass in a frame. But and I was hoping that he'd have just wrote his name on the comic, so that I can give it to my kids and they can keep handing it down to their kids and blah blah blah. That's all for me this week, guys. Like I said, I'm sorry about last week. I didn't get a video up, and I need to really start doing more videos. Start breaking down some of these books. Talk about why I think they suck, and why some of them kick ass. But I'm Aller, and I appreciate it. I'll see y'all next time. Later. I'ma show you how. Come on, all in together now.